is a mound of other people's shit. It's that high. So I couldn't even fully squat.
You gotta use your hands and make a...
No, I used the rifle.
Do you also only need 1 square of toilet paper after you poop? This is your daily ketchup. This episode is done in collaboration with the National Environment Agency of Singapore. So recent studies have shown that there remains much to be done when it comes to improving public toilet cleanliness, especially in the aspect of personal responsibility. So today we're going to be talking about, drumroll, toilets.
厕所.
Wow.
老师，我要去厕所。
So I found this Reddit thread, right, that asks, why do Singaporeans have such bad public toilet habits? Were you not taught from young not to pee all over the seat or not to shit outside the toilet bowl?
That really happens.
Are you all afraid of using public toilets?
No, I was just telling Denise, right, that if a guy doesn't have to shit, right, he can go through the entire toilet experience without touching any hardware.
How you lock the doors? Yeah.
No, urinal.
Okay.
Apparently, I heard that guys also have this like one spacing rule.
Oh, yeah. In the urinals.
One spacing is rather dire already. It starts with maximum spacing.
You start with the edges.
Yeah.
So if there's 5, you start with 1 and then 5.
Then smack
3.
in the middle.
Yeah. Then after you have a decision to make already.
Then you go look by height. really, you don't want to stand behind a tall guy. Because the tall guy can peep without you knowing he peep. So you go to the short guy.
Yeah.
When we were talking about urinals, right, I recall like guys have this giant metal wall
Yeah.
that used to be, that means last time don't even need spacing because there weren't individual urinals.
Yep.
It was just a metal wall with like a light thin like
Veil of water.
waterfall.
That's imperfect.
Yeah. That comes out from little holes along the wall. Then you just literally get up onto a ledge, onto the curb, right? Then you just pee against the wall. Then you just splash back onto your...
Such animals, you think about it. This is just like 7 years ago.
Your shoe.
No,
Wait,
dude.
this is in Singapore?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Even the water curtain one was an innovation for before the water curtain one. You just go up there
Yeah.
and then you just pee on the wall.
Yeah.
Then you press the flush.
For some reason, it always has mothballs at the bottom also.
Yeah,
There's
I
always
think
those
so.
brown.
Oh my god,
pee
mothballs.
smell.
Yeah.
I feel like girls don't see the innovation that have taken place
Yeah.
in
Today it's
urinals.
Ours is just cubicle.
And we have really leapfrog. Like maybe for y'all see the toilet bowl innovation, in which we also get to observe. But the urinal technology has really leapfrogged. And then the latest leapfrog, it started with a little housefly sticker at the
The
corner.
fly. I was gonna ask her about the fly. Have you heard of the fly? Most women will never ever have to see this. So is this little cartoon character fly?
No, it's hyper realistic, yo.
It's a fly that they will put inside the urinal. And so right, if you're peeing and you see like an insect or whatever, right, what will
we're
you
naturally
do?
clean, ma.
You try to aim at it. So apparently that's the perfect spot, right?
Yeah. That's
For you to aim at.
That's where you get the angle for the least splashback. Then people started anyhow stick the fly. So then we leapfrog again. Now there's these little contraptions, right? That is like bright colored. And they just leave it at the bottom. And when you pee, because it's spiky or whatever shape, there's so many shapes, right? That it just doesn't splash back. It just takes it like a sponge.
It's like a helmet.
And then that thing slowly breaks down and gives out a good scent.
What?
I tell you,
Chemistry.
the
It comes in
leapfrog-
like pink or blue.
There's a question that was put out, right, to ask people why they don't like public toilet, they try to like avoid. So the top 3 most common issues, right, was that the toilet seats or the urinals were dirty or stained. The toilet floor, like you mentioned, the splash zone, was wet or stained, and the smell.
Have you seen the public restrooms in other countries? There are some that is like, for men, you can see everything above.
US.
Oh,
Yeah.
China.
So it's in like in a park or some shit, right? Then it's just like a part that blocks off your this area.
Oh.
And then you literally are just peeing in front of everybody. You can make eye contact. You can say hi to the person jogging past you. All that. Is
No
there
way.
public toilets? Yeah.
That's so strange.
I just came from the States and the toilet gaps were
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
big. And when you sit there, you can literally see the guy washing his hand. So it's really a lot of integrity on whether we want to make eye contact. Because for you will. I mean, for me, I will. Because I want to see whether anybody looking in, ma. So in order to check where anybody looking in, you are looking at everybody, ma. So then, like, got people wash hand, then, like, you just don't know where that guy looking at you. And the gaps are left, right, top, bottom. It's so big, like... It's so big, It's
Yeah.
up to kneecap high.
Eee.
And everywhere it's like that. You go to like the big hotels and Empire State buildings, it's all like that. Yeah.
Do you actually know the science of why there are gaps, like big gaps below and above the door?
I actually Googled it. There are two major forms of like theory, right? One is because homelessness is an issue, so they don't want people to, like, for example, sleep inside, do drugs, or have sex inside. Cool.
sian.
But a bit draconian lah, because a step ladder you also can check, right? But it's to deter. But the other one, which I found a bit more possible, is that they cut all these boards, right, of the same size at point of manufacturing.
Yeah.
Then they just send it out to all the public toilets. So it doesn't matter how tall your ceiling is. It doesn't matter how tall your toilet bowl is. They're just gonna use the same door, same. So they're just gonna
Economics of
just
scale.
gonna
Aggravation
float
lah.
it around in the middle to try and get most protection. But the whole point is that it all comes out from the same factory, all single size, can use across all toilets of different sizes.
That makes quite a lot of sense. I had this gap problem, right, when I was overseas recently. It was actually the airport toilet, not Singapore one lah, overseas. Then the door, right, it's like a sliding door that's like that. Then because the toilet is quite big. After the door latches, there's a gap. So when people come in and they want to check whether there's anybody inside the toilet, right, they will pull the door. Then after that, they'll review a gap. Then we'll make eye contact. And then I'm inside shitting. And then I'm so stressed.
They just face the wall.
And then after that, you know what's the worst part? After I finish, then the toilet don't have soap. Then somehow I poop, Then I
Oh,
need to wipe.
shit.
Then I faster, right? I wear my clothes already. Then the airport very big, so I run to the next toilet. Then I wash my hands. But yeah, I'm very scared of public toilets. Like I vehemently avoid all public toilets.
How many times have you all taken a shit, then realized that there is no toilet paper? So you wear your pants, you go out, then you wash your hand like a normal person, right? Then you wait for people to leave, right? Then you go to the next cubicle where there's toilet paper just to wipe your ass.
At least on 2 occasions.
Like, right?
Yeah.
No, I've done it with.
Wait, so you haven't cleaned?
No, because there's no
choice.
other way. It's not like you're gonna walk out with your pants down and walk to the other store.
But then your pants is destroyed.
No. So you walk in a way
No
that
lah. How you shit?
No contact. No contact.
You're having diarrhea.
This is the importance of ass cheeks.
yeah. Correct.
Huh?
So you just stand up. You
And
just stand
clench.
up, and clench. Then
I
you
mean,
just
I've
walk
never
out.
done it, but I imagine
I've
it's
even
like
ventured out to the drink store to buy tissue paper and then come back.
Okay, that's way
No, I
too
mean,
far.
what am I gonna do? What else am I gonna do?
There's no smell, nothing.
I don't know. As in, what else am I gonna do, guys?
Confirm, man. I was an adult when I discovered the magic of a bidet, right? And what a game changer. And also you realize, oh shit, you've been like super unhygienic this whole time, right? Then, not to judge anyone who only wipes, but I've been very curious as to what
He is judging on
what the correct process should be, right? Should it be wipe then spray, spray then wipe, wipe spray wipe, or just spray,
option 3.
which is wipe spray wipe?
Unless you're in Japan, they got a heater to help you dry your ass.
You see, so like when I first started doing, because my friends say, hey, you don't spray, you don't say you should spray. Okay, I'm gonna try spray. I was like 20 or 21, right? And then I just spray only.
Every day your underwear wet and you don't know why.
Yeah. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna try spray and wipe. But then when you spray and wipe, right, it's not enough. There's still residue, and then the paper is breaking in your hands. So then you're just like, oh shit, what's going on here?
Wet tissue, bro.
Wet.
Oh.
Wet tissue.
I tried on both.
You
It was
solid
too
one.
gross, You start smearing the shit all over the thing. Because liquid, it adds to it. It's one endless ass wipe, You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I
You're
feel like
adding
if you know.
liquid.
Wait, okay.
This is a weird conversation.
How you all choose the number of paper? Like,
Yeah.
Because I've heard of somebody, right? They will fold like 10.
Yeah.
Then there's one piece. Then one wipe, then toss.
Yeah.
What I like to do is I like to prepare in advance. So while I'm shitting, because I usually take 20 minutes, it's a big shit. I only shit once every 5 days, right?
Yeah, I can tell.
Then I'm
you look
full of
pale.
shit.
This day 4, right?
So like what happens is that after the 10-minute mark, I put down my phone and then I start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll
My
prepare-
grandmother does that.
I'll prepare a stack.
Yeah, I also do the
Yeah,
stack
yeah.
preparation because it's just efficient, right?
So how many
I don't
stacks?
even bother folding, guys. I fold before, right? It's too smooth. Like you don't realize how efficient and how brave you can be, until you only got like you wanna shit and then you ask your mom whether she got tissue and she gives you a pocket tissue with like 3 left. My dad would tell me if you're ever desperate, just take out your underwear, wipe.
And then
Then
throw
throw
away the
the
underwear.
underwear.
Yeah, throw it in
yeah.
underwear, but don't throw it in the toilet bowl because you will choke it.
I've done that once in primary school because there was just no toilet paper, and then I was young, and the first time I ever shat outside of school before, and so I just threw away my underwear.
And
in
also,
the
you see,
toilet.
this is why girls go toilet two by two.
So you can
If
share
you need
resources.
anything happen, you can shout the person outside, the person help you. And also to gossip lah, but yeah.
See, guys need to do that more often.
Do you ever wonder why girls take so long in the toilet? No,
Because
it's
you all
just
need to wait until there's nobody else there so they all can fight openly.
I think it's just cause like we need to choose the store. Then choose the store already, then we need to lay the tissue.
Yeah.
Right,
No, I
yeah,
like that now, right? Some toilets have the spray. So you spray into the tissue, then it's for you to wipe the seat. Right? My personal journey with public restrooms, right?
Journey.
Like
Yeah.
legit, right?
You've come
I
so
don't know
far.
why, right? But when I was growing up, I think my entire primary and secondary school life, right? I never used a public toilet in my life. Like I couldn't shit.
Wait, as in, including school toilet also cannot.
Yeah. So if I stomach ache, I will really just tank until I can get home.
No way.
Yeah, it was quite rabak. So then my first few times also, like when I go to a public toilet, right, you know, the floor got tiles. If I'm showering or anything, right, in any toilet, right, I have to step only in the squares. I cannot step on the lines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I like very grossed out by the thing. And then if you have the hole with the dot and got hair, yeah, sure.
Did it not change your life when you all realized that when you smell shit, you're eating shit? Does that
What?
not change your life?
No,
I'm
what do you
just
mean?
discovering this out
Right
now.
now.
You are inhaling fecal matter. That's why it's very important, right, guys? Especially for your homes. I mean, we're talking about public toilets. But close the lid when you're flush.
Yeah.
The default for your toilet bowl is lid down.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be
Everything,
automated?
Not just sit down, everything down.
No, but seriously, going back to like the stains and like the water droplets on like the seat, right? Is like so inconsiderate. Like even in public toilets or like office or whatnot, right? It's like it's so clear that you can lift up the lid. If it's public toilet, just like however method lah, just take tissue paper and lift it up and then pee as you like. So that if someone needs to take a shit, they're not going to sit on your pee.
Wait, how come a guy can't like aim? Like the toilet hole is so big. Then
Explain.
stop right there. You would also like to only encounter clean toilets. This is the time to get good karma. Like, share, and subscribe. If you never like, share, and subscribe, you will always encounter dirty toilets.
Basically, the shower head got different setting.
Yeah.
Your
You don't
PP,
know.
Yeah, it's randomizer.
So you are literally adapting right only after the stream
Correct.
begins.
Only the first jet is a randomizer. After that,
Yeah.
nobody goes out there want to write their Chinese name on the toilet bowl. No have.
Yeah.
When
English
they
name is
cock
okay.
up and it goes on the seat, right, it's the first jet and the last jet. And this happens to all of us. The decent one clean up after themselves.
And you got to control your breathing also, you see? So many things to think about.
Have any of you tried shitting the other way?
In the squat
Like then
toilet,
what, you
yes.
hug the toilet bowl? You hug
The other way.
So because I don't know about you, but I shit really very long, 20-30 minutes, right? So you can put your laptop and then you just
Girls do it.
no, you just
Because every time you flush the fecal matter.
Yeah, it's the...
There's no difference
it's
actually.
quite clean, like especially when you put down the top part of that side is clean water, it's direct from mains.
I'm never borrowing his laptop.
All your
You
water
can build an
source,
entire office in hours there. We got that.
right?
Like, hello?
He bring one plant.
Give us a fax machine on the left.
Photo of net.
Wow, hey.
But do you all have any toilet hygiene hacks?
So when I go to a mall, you pick specific floors. So like for example, if I'm at like a mall that definitely has a food court, avoid the same floor as the food court because a lot of people go there, high volume. So you go to the one where it's like all if you got a lot of tuition centers, so you don't want because got a lot of kids cannot aim one. So you go to the one where they have a big giant like store, right? But actually not a lot of people go to one like piano store.
And closer to like the back of the mall.
Yeah. If you go to Orchard Central for the longest time, right, I think it was floor 9, I think, that I used to go to. Yeah.
My favorite which is my hack, is to use a store that is closest to the entrance because people usually right, they will not use the first store.
I read a study about that.
They go to the end.
Yeah, because they want more privacy.
Correct. Look, and then they went to do like a swap test, and then they found the one closest to the door actually is the cleanest one.
Ding.
Yeah.
You know, there's this app, right, that it's called P-Run, I think, and they basically tell you every movie, right, what is the perfect time to go toilet if you have to go. So like this part, not consequential, right, and they will just give you a summary of what happens.
Such a disrespect.
Nice.
Is the guy's toilet usually like, how clean is it?
Actually, in recent years, it has been quite clean.
I wanted to say that, but then like so that day we had to do the money sense store and then we went to Plaza Sing, right? And I unfortunately went to the food court floor and every store, right, was rubber. One of it had like shit stains, never flush. I'm avoiding that. The other one had pee all over the seat, don't want. The other one was okay, but like there was tissue paper all over the floor and for some reason that turns me off.
And depending on how urgent you are, your standards drop.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there are
yeah,
times
yeah,
you go
yeah.
there and
It's
it's
true.
like, I shit all over, you never flush, then like, I'm not gonna take that one. Then you go to the next one and it's like, the rim is all pee. Then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the first one.
Yeah. Like the flush not that bad lah.
Yeah.
We'll get through it.
The one that I'm most half-half, right, is when you go in and there's just a lump of tissue. Then I don't know whether this toilet is safe or not, you know what I mean?
You gotta do the safety flush.
Yeah.
But
Always
I don't dare
safety
to touch the
twice.
flush.
Right.
I need to use the tissue that I let it.
Yeah.
And what's
Then I
is that
faster
bad?
throw
I
it
feel
in so
like
that it
I'm
can
not very
flush
hygienic
together.
as a person, yeah. No, so open the door with 2 hands, yeah.
The thing that is quite inconsistent now is that some have the spray thing, some don't have. The spray thing has completely like spoiled me.
Yeah.
So I feel like now right, I want to carry around a spray thing so that you can just make it like easy for yourself.
The first time the toilet bowl like spray your backside, the Japanese technology came about, I remember turning on, then I don't know how to off. Then I was pretty sure it was sensor because I pressed all the buttons.
Oh my god!
I just stand up and turn around.
Your whole back wet.
Your back wet.
I also am very annoyed sometimes by the sensor.
Yeah.
Like there are times, right, where because I'm quite concerned with wasting water.
Yeah.
Maybe some people are surprised by that. I don't know. Okay.
I am very surprised by that.
Yeah.
I just think you're lying, to be honest.
I
I'm
can't
convinced.
remember, but there was this one particular public toilet I went to, right? And I don't know what was going on. I think the laser was at my head. So every time I sat down, right? Then I look down, right? Then like the flash activated. Then I look up, then like what the hell?
Oh,
is going
the
on?
sensor.
Look
the
down
back,
again, again. Then the whole time, like then I had to start timing so that I poop a bit, then I look down. So at least it clears something, you know what I mean?
Or
If
just
not, it's just a
don't look
complete
down.
waste of water.
Yeah,
No,
just
mine
look
use
up,
my phone.
So the
I
other trick
thought
to
you
that,
love water.
the trick that I found to that right is to go
Cover the
down,
sensor.
is to go down all the way and don't move, so they think there's no one there.
The one that I'm sad about is
Turn off.
it flush while I'm inside. Then after that, when I'm done, then it's not flushing.
It never flush.
Then I have to be in front of the sensor like that,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to press this.
Or you damn confident it will flush when you leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then you don't
no.
someone go in and it doesn't flush.
Do you do the look back?
But especially if there's people like gonna go in after me, because I always them by say even if it's a mess that I didn't make, right, I feel like I need to clean up. If not, they think that I was the one that made that mess.
Yeah, that's the most stressful.
Correct.
I look back, but because I want to see whether I can be proud of what I've done. Because you
like
spend like a
sparkling
good
after you go.
you spend a good period of time there. You want to see whether you've
Like,
made
look
a
at your shit.
satisfactory. Yeah.
I have to admit this, but I don't know how to wipe my ass sitting down. I have to stand up and wipe it.
When you stand up, but your ass is closed though.
No, you
Yee,
do
that's
like a
right.
mini you do like a
Your
mini
shit-
squat.
your shit's always
no,
blended.
I never like end up standing up straight. It's just like you just get off lah. You just get off and then
You get off.
no, but
Get
I
off on your
love looking
blended
back.
shit.
I love looking back my shit. But do you guys do the thing where you guys like before you start shitting, you have to put some toilet paper inside so it doesn't splash?
Yes.
Yes, it's a must. Yeah.
It's a must.
So at first I thought that it's
Especially if I'm gonna
I
pee.
deal with it like a man.
at first I thought it's like
Dirtily,
you
yeah.
fold and then neatly fold and then put, right? But then the thing sinks. So I realized it's to make a mess. And then wow.
So there's actually quite an interesting part of this survey as well. The same one that I mentioned above. But they asked, right, whose responsibility is it to keep our toilets clean? So okay, I give you all the choices that y'all try to guess, okay?
Wow.
So number 1 is the cleaners. Number 2 is the operator of the said public toilet. And then number 3 is the operator of where this public toilet is located.
Right.
So it says the food court, there is the food court person's like
Right.
responsibility.
Wait,
and
who
then,
decided on the correct answer? Like it's on
it's
the
based
rules,
on the votes.
Ah, got you. Okay.
Yeah. Then there is individual users. Yeah. So what would you say is the percentage responsibility, right? Like whose job is it to keep this toilet clean?
The owner of the location.
Yeah lah, like the management of the building lor.
48% actually said that it is down to individual responsibility.
Oh shit, yeah, I meant that first. No lah, because there are different kinds of cleanliness to it, man. Then there are levels to it, right?
No,
so
you
the
like
general
assholes.
hygiene should be still under the management.
Also,
ma.
it depends what time of day it is. So I think if you keep like if you're a cafe and you have a toilet, if you keep your toilet very clean, usually people will be like, oh shit, it's extra clean. I need to be super careful
yeah.
kind.
True.
But if the toilet is dirty to begin with, then everyone will just piss all over the place.
That whenever a toilet gets dirty, then people start giving less. Yeah, which is why I think it's very, very important that if we all do our part to keep the toilets cleaner,
Yeah.
just that bit cleaner for the next person, we can really stretch out a clean toilet for everybody else.
It's like you compare to like the Japanese, for example. Right? I feel like the Japanese is always thinking of like, okay, we are a community. Whereas I feel like the culture in Singapore perhaps is always like, it's someone else's problem.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like that culture needs to maybe change a little bit and to leave the toilet better for the next person. Similar to our environment.
Yeah, so basically 48% believe there is individual responsibility. And they say actually that's why like Japanese public toilets are exceptionally clean.
Right.
Because everyone there is so like self-aware and they are so like socially responsible and respectful of each other, right? That they will maintain it. But not sure how much of that is in Singapore. Lah. But there's also 1% of people that blame the government.
Oh, only 1%. I'm surprised.
It's like so there were 4 options, then others, right? Then they're going to type in themselves.
I think one of my favorite toilets in Singapore is actually the Ion toilet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they manage to keep it at that level.
It's the
You
only
know?
5 stars, something like that, right? Or 6 stars.
Toilet.
Yeah.
Is
Wait,
it?
toilets
Yo,
have
there's
stars?
toilet ratings, you know, right?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Like the dudes is so efficient in there, right? That the moment I step out of the cubicle, right, I can see them, and they are very respectful. They wait around the corner. So it's not like they're rushing in after you, you know. But then they will wait. Then once you go past already, then you look at yourself in the mirror doing whatever. Then they will, then they go in, then they do it, and then make it perfect.
Wow.
Ready for the next person. Like, wow.
If I'm not wrong, the only 6-star toilet in Singapore. It's either in MBS or Ion. I think it's Ion.
Even the MBS one, honestly, not that good.
Yeah,
Compared to Ion.
Yeah.
Actually, Ion is the one.
Ion solid.
Like their scent also more expensive than your cologne, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know, it smells great.
Yeah, and like their toilet bowl to cleaner ratio is better than SQ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so well lit.
100%.
It's so well lit.
Unfortunately,
The design.
the only 6-star public toilet in Singapore is
the
located
MBS,
at MBS.
Which one?
The Shopee.
So weird. Then there always not enough cubicles some more.
It amazes me how long you guys can hold your shit for. He can do the whole day.
I've held my shit for 5 days before. So I was on a school trip and we went to Bintan in like some like camp, right? So really got like flying fox, all these sleep in tents and all, right? And I just didn't want to dig a hole and take a shit. So I just decided I was going to hold it until we came back.
I want to say that I beat that score.
7.
6. Almost made it to 7.
Damn.
It was during army.
Field camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Then if you can, then the only place to shit, right, is this latrine where everybody dig a hole already. But then
Your shit in the same hole? Yo,
yeah,
that's so
there are like
gross.
multiple holes where they are super deep. So the problem is that as the days go by, it gets nastier and nastier and it fills up. So like my policy was, I already so uncomfortable shitting in public toilet. You ask me to go shit in the jungle, no, right? So I tahan like mad. And even the food that they provide you is supposed to kind of like prevent you from shitting too much.
You a bit.
So I reached day 6.5 already, right? It's like almost at the end already. Suddenly it came. Like the feeling came and like overwhelming. I sweating, you know. Then I like thinking like, wow, I don't have a choice already. I hand shaking. So I rush there. Then you wear
Those
full
are the
uniform.
best shits though.
Yeah. Then by the time I reach there, right, I approach the latrine, whatever you want to call it at this point, right?
Hole.
No hole. It's a mound of other people's shit. It's that high up.
we waited
So
too
I
long.
couldn't even
So
fully squat.
you gotta use your hands and make a...
No, I use the rifle. I have to take off my pants, and you cannot put down your rifle, and you have to hold everything on you.
Yeah.
So I'm carrying all this shit, wearing my uniform, helmet. All right, I
You are
pull down
carrying
my
the
pants
shit.
half. Then I have to do like uncomfortable half squat, and then I try to like shit
At the top of the mound.
Exactly, and add on to the mount. Then right, the moment I let out the first piece and it's coming out halfway,
It touched the mouth. It touched
no,
the tip.
the other side, everybody peep, ask everybody to go fall in. So I like, I finally am here and then I can't do this. Then I don't have a choice. So I just cut, wipe, pants, run.
Wait, what do I use to wipe?
You have tissue paper lah. Yeah.
You thought some leaf, right?
Yeah,
Hey, we're not
really
barbarians.
thoroughly.
Yeah.
You want to guess what the 4 key good toilet actions are?
Flush.
Clean.
I feel like people
Flush is
don't
only
know.
half the answer.
Frequently. FF. Flush
no.
frequently.
FF is correct. 2 words.
Whoa.
Flush fully.
Oh, as in got half and full, is it?
No, like just make sure that you flush everything.
Like clear
Right.
everything.
Okay.
Number 2, things that guys struggle with and girls also struggle with but less.
Aim accurately.
Close is the result of that. So keep the toilet seats clean. Okay, number 3, when you got certain things that you need to throw away.
Like sanitary pad.
No, wrong. Anyway, just bin your litter properly.
Oh.
Yeah, so actually something, right? Just now he mentioned like the wet tissue and all that, right? So wet tissue cannot throw inside toilet bowl. One.
Yeah.
Some can. So right.
Most can't, yeah.
That's what I was going at. So like Shark Tank, there was some inventor. I can't remember what they're called. I think like dude wipes or something like that. Right? They basically.
Ooh, dude wipes. I saw that.
Yeah. So they created flushable wet wipes, but you have to check that they are flushable.
Yeah.
Dude wipes.
Yeah.
wipes.
But other than that, then you must throw it in the bin instead.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, last one.
Don't on the floor.
Close. What happens if you do this?
People slip and fall down.
Because the floor is
Wet. Keep
Slippery,
the floor
wet.
dry.
Yeah!
Floor dry. See, I know.
You all win clean toilet. Yes. Woo! Okay, so once again, thank you to our partners for today's episode, the National Environment Agency. Don't forget, let's keep our toilets clean so I can enjoy going to the toilet and not have to hold until we get
Please.
home. Thank you. For more information, you check out the link down below and it's in our description box as well. Okay, see you in our next episode. Bye-bye. Don't forget the 4 steps, okay?
He knew.
Wait, did you just dab?
Edit.
Wow, you're so 2018.
What's going on there?
This is the media
Hey, thanks for dabbing me.
Yeah.